Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Good to see you live from the Trivia Clubhouse. We'll be getting started in about time around 7:05. But say hello in the live chat if you're watching us live, or if you're watching us after the fact, say hello in the comments as well. Let us know what your team name is and what kind of points you get by the end of tonight. Hello to the hello from the center of the British Empire. Hello to you. It's the ghost of BB Rebozo. Hello, hello. Hi, Rondai. Good to see you as well. Good evening to Down by the Bay. Present. All the families. Hello, hello. It's a family feud. No, that's a different game show. Hello, hello, Sherlou. Good to have everyone. Hope you all had a wonderful New Year. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year. Hopefully you had a nice relaxed New Year's evening at home with drinks, all that sort of stuff. Oh, yes. It's a good tie. Thank you. My iron tie. Hello to Team Arenes Priebus's Rancid Cubus. Thank you for checking in. Hello to Jan as well. Good to see you. Hi, hi. Good to have everyone involved. Everyone joining in. We'll be getting started in another couple of minutes' time. Oh, I'm going to get this formatted a little bit more. Hello, Michelle. Good to have everyone joining the chat. Everyone joining in. We'll be getting started in about 3 minutes at 7:05 when we have more teams jumping in. Oh, and I'll bring this up again as we go along too, but I have an Ask Me Anything on all social medias, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and even on the Patreon. And yes, ask me any question you'd like on there, even on here, actually. Sure, why not? Ask me any question you'd like, and I'll be answering these questions during my annual. I think I've done it now for 5 or 6 years now. Well, maybe this is the fifth year. Anywho, I do an annual post on triviaclub.ca, and it is the recap of the year before and the state of Trivia Club for the year ahead. And I wanted to include some questions answered. So yes, feel free. If there's anything you'd want me to answer, or anything you're curious about with Trivia Club, especially in this age of doing things much more remotely than we used to. I'm happy that there's already some questions, not only about favorite animals and songs, which I look forward to answering. Thank you. But also that there's questions about the Trivial Awards, which I have thought about. It's our annual award show. That is as trivial as it sounds. And there's also the questions that just came in today about the Grand Championship Grand Prix. I believe it was like that shape of thing. So I look forward to diving into that too, and yeah, bringing up some ideas, going through some ideas that I have for that going forward, since it looks like another remote year for Trivia Club ahead. Hello to Too Fast, Too Curious. Zooming in. Very nice use of emojis. Hello to the Cunning Stunts. Good to have everyone. We'll be getting started in another minute's time. So yes, indeed, do like and subscribe to this video, or hit the bell notification, of course, as well. But yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This will help these videos, both Trivia Club's channel and the specific videos, just get out there through YouTube's algorithm. So thank you. All right. Without much further to say or do, hello to Pushing Daisy. Hello, hello. Anuti. Welcome, welcome. All you need is a pen and a piece of paper to write down your answers on, of course. So as long as you have that handy, I'll be giving you these questions, and I'll be jumping into the pre-show ramble. No, it's true. Newish. I imagine you've played before. Maybe you have. Probably have. It's just all the YouTube, separation from recognizing or talking to people directly. Good to have you. All right. We'll be getting started for trivia tonight in fantastic, part of the biscuits. Right on, right on. I'm glad to have you in the Trivia Clubhouse then. All right, let's jump into a Trivia Club in 5, 4.
Welcome to Trivia Club.
Hello, hello, one and all. Welcome to Trivia Club, live from the Trivia Clubhouse. I'm your host, Russel Harder, the man with the bow tie, the man with that trivia plan. Tonight's trivia is planned for 20 questions, live from this Trivia Clubhouse. Yes, indeed. As always, we're going to start with some game type questions sprinkled in there with that classic pub style trivia and the night with the Trivia Royale. We look forward to having you for this 39th edition of Trivia Club, live from this Trivia Clubhouse, and of course the first trivia event of 2021 for Trivia Club. Thank you for spending your time with Trivia Club. That's all I can ask for, of course. So thank you so much for supporting Trivia Club by just simply playing the game. If you'd like to support Trivia Club in other ways, though, you can support us financially. If you'd like to do that at a one-time basis, you can support Trivia Club through paypal.me/Russel Harder. And also, if you'd like to become a Patreon and get the perks from doing so through your continued support, you can do that through patreon.com/Trivia Club. All this information is in the video description below. So yes, check it out if you're interested. Thank you to everyone that is already a continued supporter through Patreon, including Jacob Ginsburg and Alexandra Egley, and of course, more people. Thank you so much. It's all you really need to do. It's just play Trivia Club, though, of course. And speaking of just, doing your best, do your best. Remember to wear that mask if you're going outside, as always. Yes, indeed. And wash your hands. I don't say that often enough, but keep on washing your hands. Wearing the mask, though, as you go outside keeps you safe. It's the kindness that you can give not only to yourself, but to others. And it's the normalizing effect of just influencing people indirectly just by wearing that mask. So thank you so much. Keeping yourself and others safe, including the high-risk communities out there. One high-risk community that is near and dear to my heart, of course, is Cystic Fibrosis Canada. If you want to know more about CF, the Cystic Fibrosis Community, or Cystic Fibrosis Canada, the organization, you can go to cysticfibrosis.ca to find out more and also to donate as well. As I said, tonight is 20 questions of trivia goodness. All you need is a pen and a piece of paper to write down your answers on. So that's all you need at home. Your teams can be anywhere from one person to, I usually cap it at 6, but hey, it's the internet. So talk with your family in person, over the internet, on the phone, really, however you want to do it, to compete or to build your team and enjoy as I give you these questions coming up for Trivia Club. I'm not able to interact with the teams, of course, so if you want to, let me know your team name in the live chat. I'll make sure to say hello, and we'll get your points at the end of the night as well so we can see how everyone does. Hello to Cookie Faced as well, who has joined in since. Hello, hello. Every night I end with the bonus bit of trivia, Trivia Club anagram called I Built a VCR. Since I Built a VCR is an anagram of Trivia Club. Last week's anagram, I hoped to what? I was hoping you would find an animated movie from the anagram A Literal Out. And the movie found in that anagram, A Literal Out, is Ratatouille. Ratatouille. What can we win when we win trivia? Well, there's not much to like literally win, but you can imagine a golden VHS in your mind's eye that you can take home. And of course, the top score is your bragging right as well at the end of the night. You can follow Trivia Club on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube as well. We're on triviaclub.ca. And we're on Instagram now, too, at Trivia Club CA on Instagram. Yes, that's instagram.com/TriviaClubCA. All this information is at triviaclub.ca, though, of course, as well. For this video, thank you for liking and subscribing, giving that thumbs up, help other people find and see Trivia Club. So keep up that good work. And, of course, if you're needing entertainment for private events in this post-holiday season, in the new year, you know, sometimes we do after Christmas or after New Year's, both personal or business events. I can always do a Trivia Club event for you, host that event, produce it as well over Zoom, over Google Meet, however it works for you. If you're interested, let us know here at Trivia Club. We can host your private event. And hello to Auntie Brenda as well. Hi. Always fantastic to have family joining in on Trivia Club. It's one of the perks of doing online trivia. I've actually had so much more family play Trivia Club than I ever did before. Yeah. Not a lot of like family could join in on at the bars late at night. Go figure. All right. There are only 3 cardinal rules when it comes to Trivia Club. Those cardinal rules are: be smarter than that internet connection. If you're cheating to find the answers for Trivia Club, you're only really cheating yourself. Don't post any answers in the comment section as well. So keep the live chat and the comments below free of any answers. Keep that competitive spirit sharp. The only other rule of Trivia Club is tell everybody about Trivia Club. Thanks. I could also do that. Thanks. This is for the not thumbnail, but that little bit of video that plays when you hover over the video. That'll show up. Anyway, let's jump into Trivia Club, shall we? This is Trivia Club live at home, the Trivia Club home. So here we go. Oh, and hello to F. Billy Zane. And hello to my cousin Carl as well. Thanks for stopping in. Even if it's just out of curiosity. Hopefully you'll learn something along the way. Okay, cool. Question number 1. We're jumping into last year in the box office. So, question number 1. This sequel, released in mid-January of 2020, ended up being the highest grossing movie of the year because, well, you know, things happened, making $204 million at the box office. So once again, this sequel, which made $204 million at the box office because it was released in mid-January of 2020, ended up being the highest grossing movie of last year. That would be domestically, not internationally, but at least US and Canada monies put together, yes. Domestically, what was the highest grossing movie of the year last year at the box office? It was a sequel that made $204 million because it was released initial shutdown. It was released in mid-January of 2020. That's your question number 1. Question number 2, it's a touchy subject. So, your question number 2, what rock trio had a song Invisible Touch knocked out of the number 1 spot in 1986 by former bandmate Peter Gabriel? Once again, name that rock trio that had its song Invisible Touch. Knocked out of the number 1 spot in 1986 by their former bandmate Peter Gabriel. I was wondering if it was too much of a hint to start singing it, but then I couldn't help it, and then I gave up like halfway through singing it anyway. Yeah, there's always the answer period where I can just go all in. That's your question number 2, though. Question number 3, we square. So with question number 3, how many squares are there on a checkerboard? How many squares are there on a checkerboard? I usually save the number questions for the countdown takedown, but for question number 4, there is a connection between the answers of questions 2 and 3. If you can tell me that connection between the answers, nothing in the questions, just those answers, you can get that bonus point. So yes, question number 4, connect 4. What is the connection between the answers of 2 and 3? This is free of context. Think outside the box. Just look at those answers that hopefully you got. But yes, question number 2, once again. Name the rock trio that had its song Invisible Touch knocked out of the number 1 spot in the Billboard Hot 100 in 1986 by former bandmate Peter Gabriel. And question number 3, how many squares are there on a checkerboard? And then question number 4, what's that connection between the answers of 2 and 3? Once again, look at those potential answers that you gathered on 2 and 3. Think of the connection that they might have, free of context from the questions. Question number 5 now. Yes, it's question number 5. It is called Best Known For. So, for question number 5, name the 4 projects that, according to the Internet Movie Database.com and its algorithm, the following actor is quote-unquote known for. So the algorithm picks stuff that's box office or awards related, or even just stuff that people want to know about. I don't know, it's an algorithm. But name the 4 movies, in this case, that Robert De Niro is known for. This is in the known for section on his internetmoviedatabase.com page. Yes, what 4 movies is Robert De Niro known for? A point for each one, so 4 possible points to be won. I think he was always to Joel loyal for making the signage behind me. Yeah. Has 4 possible points to be won. Robert De Niro's been in a few movies, though, so try to parse it down to the 4 projects that you think, the 4 movies that you think the internetmoviedatabase.com or its algorithm would have chosen for that section. Question number 6 now. It's in the game. So, question number 6. The best-selling sports-based video game franchise of all time is named for what international governing body? Once again, the best-selling sports-based video game franchise of all time is named after or is named for which international governing body? That's your game question for tonight, or at least one of them. Ooh. Question number 7. Meanwhile, in Georgia, in 2005, name the mogul and TV personality that was released from federal prison after serving 5 months for lying about her sale of a stock in 2001. I guess the rules applied differently back then. But in 2005, name that mogul and TV personality that was released from federal prison after serving 5 months for lying about her sale of a stock in 2001. That's your question number 7. Question number 8 is our audio clue of the night. Yes, question number 8 is bit by bit. I'm going to play an 8-bit version of a popular song. You name that song for a point. Name that musical act responsible for that song for a second possible point. This 8-bit version of a popular song will sound something like an old Nintendo-based chip tune, or potentially even a, Nokia flip phone ringtone. Here we go. Name this song for a point. Name the musical act responsible for the non-bleep bloopy version of the song for a second possible point. And here, wait, want to make sure it's louder, but maybe not too loud. Here we go. Bit by bit. Yes, that was your bit by bit. We ask you to write down your answer for that song on that piece of paper with your pen. Name that song, name the musical act responsible for that tune. That's that question number 8. Question number 9, it's time to tag the line. So with tag the line, I'm going to give you a tagline from the movie poster, and you name that movie on that question number 9. So question number 9, tag the line. Name the 2002 film from this tagline: the true story of a real fake. Once again, this 2002 film is the true story of a real fake. Give me that best guess on that question number 9. Question number 10. It is Survey Says. It's our first game show game of the night. With Survey Says, I'm going to ask you the actual Family Feud survey question. You give me your best guess at what you think is the number one answer as per the 100 Americans surveyed. So yes, not only is it your best guess at the number one answer, but your best guess at their number one answer more succinctly. So, question number 10, Survey Says, besides Family Feud, name a TV show with family in its title. Once again, besides Family Feud, give me a name of a TV show with family in its title. All I need is what you think is the number one answer as per those 100 Americans surveyed. Question number 11. Now we're studying up. So, with question number 11, it's before we jump into that. Question about Survey Says, what year was the survey? It's from a source that is trademarked 2013, so it's anywhere within this last, with the TV shows too, it's anywhere within the last few decades. So, yeah. Yeah. A wide range, actually. There's some current-ish all the way. Yeah, it's a good mix. Is it a game show or any show? It's actually, they are all in some way sitcoms. Yeah, I'll say that. In some way, shape, or form, situation comedies. The potential answers, that is. It's not game shows, but sitcoms. Unless I'm misremembering anything, yeah, there are all those half an hour Bitso entertainment. Though there might be some recency to the potential answers, there's no recency bias. Alrighty, question number 11. Studying up. So, botany is the study of what? Once again, on question number 11, botany is the study of what? Question number 12. Now we're bearing it all. So, at question number 12, what is the name of the character that sings the song The Bare Necessities with Mowgli in the 1967 Disney animated film The Jungle Book? Once again, What is the name of the character that sings the song The Bare Necessities with Mowgli in the 1967 Disney film The Jungle Book? Question number 13. Well, what do we have here? So your question number 13. In 1987, a baby girl with this first name, or which first name, spent 56 hours trapped in a well, becoming a media sensation. This is actually a multiple choice for you. So is it A, Stephanie, B, Mary, C, Jessica, or D, Rebecca? Once again, what is the name of the baby girl that in 1987 spent 56 hours trapped in a well, becoming a media sensation? Is it A, Stephanie, B, Mary, C, Jessica, or D, Rebecca? That's your question number 13. Question number 14 is called Me, Myself, and I Know This One. So, question number 14. What is the name of the hip-hop group that released the 1989 album 3 Feet High and Rising, which included the hit single Me, Myself, and I? Once again, what is the name of that hip-hop group that released the 1989 album 3 Feet High and Rising, which included the hit single Me, Myself, and I? Oh, thank you, Ryan, for the Ask Me Anything question as well. I'll make sure to include that in the AMA that I put together for the triviaclub.ca retrospective year looking ahead. Thank you. And actually, this is also a good time to note that the question is favorite cocktail that I'd be ordering at Farside if real life still existed. Farside, if you live in Toronto, you'd have to check on the website to make sure the hours and operation, but they are selling cocktails in bottle form. I think curbside pickup through Farside, and they're also renting VHS tapes as well and VCRs. So check out Farside's website for all that information to look into renting VHS tapes, VCRs, and buying bottled cocktails from Farside as well. If you're in town, if you're in Toronto, to do so. Question number 15 is our countdown takedown. So, with Countdown Takedown, this game show game is played with Price is Right rules, but with a twist. So, you want to get as close as you can to the actual number without going over. If you can get that number right on, that is 5 big points to be won. If you're within 25% of the actual number without going over, you can still win 2 good points. Yeah, a couple of good points there. That's a couple of good points. So, potential of 5 points, 2 points to be won, as long as you don't go over the actual number. Our question number 15, that Countdown Takedown. I'm looking for a number less than 650,000, but this was the vinyl record sales in the thousands of the Beatles album Abbey Road in the 2010s that made it the top selling record of the decade. Yes, the past decade that we just had, like now I guess 2 years ago. But Abbey Road by the Beatles was the top selling record on vinyl, at least, of the 2010s. How many thousands of records did Abbey Road sell? It's a number less than 650,000. And cassette tapes are actually selling pretty well these days too, all things considered. Yes, question number 15, give me the best guess at that number. Question number 16, you got this backwards. Question number, name the company whose fashionable logo is an overlapping double C, one facing forward and the other facing backward. Once again, name the company whose fashionable logo is an overlapping double C, one that faces backwards, the other that faces forward. That's that question number 16. Question number 17, it stinks. It stinks. I'm going to give you the bad review, and you tell me the movie that is generally thought of as good. So yes, from this bad review, name this movie, a movie generally thought of as a good movie. So for question number 17, that review was written by Vincent Canby of the New York Times, and he wrote, everything of interest, Vincent Canby of the New York Times wrote, everything of any interest was thoroughly covered in the original film. But like many people who have nothing to say, part 2 won't shut up. Once again, everything of any interest was thoroughly covered in the original film. But like many people who have nothing to say, part 2 won't shut up. Hey, we all have bad days. Vincent Canby might have been having just a bad day. Caught him at the wrong time. No, I will say, yeah, no additional years for this clue, unfortunately. But there are clues within the review, short review quoted. So once again, on It Stinks, name that movie. From this review, everything of any interest was thoroughly covered in the original film. But like many people who have nothing to say, part 2 won't shut up. Question number 18, we're once again asking you to name this movie, but with question number 18, we're going to give you an 18-word hint for an 18-letter movie title. So name this movie with 18 letters in its title from this 18-word hint. Question number 18. Decaying Anarene, Texas is the setting for this coming-of-age drama starring Sybil Shepherd and Jeff Bridges. Once again, Decaying Anarene, Texas is the setting of this, or for this, coming-of-age drama starring Sybil Shepherd and Jeff Bridges. Question number 19. It's the wrong answers of history. So, we all can't get things right, and these are just the wrong answers through history. Question number 19. Aristotle claimed that this organ is the coldest in the body, helping it cool the passions of the heart. Once again, Aristotle claimed that this organ is the coldest in the body, helping it cool the passions of the heart. We should all be so wrong as Aristotle, I guess. But before we jump into question number 20, are there any questions that I can repeat or clarify from the first 19? Yes, 1 through 19. Are there any questions to repeat or clarify with the art of repetition? And then if there's nothing to repeat, I will give you that question number 20 at Trivia Royale, our timed lightning round. 5 minutes to come up with as many of those answers as possible. All right. Question number 16. So question number 16. Name the company whose fashionable logo is an overlapping double C. One C facing forward and the other backward. And question number 17. Question number 17 being It Stinks, that bad review. You name that good movie, or a movie thought of as good. So Vincent Canby of the New York Times wrote, everything of any interest was thoroughly covered in the original film. But like many people who have nothing to say, part 2 won't shut up. Hey, I won't be harsh on Vince then. Everyone has just a rough span of days. If 2020 taught me anything, if there's nothing more to repeat, doesn't look like it, then we'll jump into question number 20, our Trivia Royale For our Trivia Royale, I'm going to ask you to name any 10 of these upcoming answers for a point each. So 10 possible points to be won. Ten possible answers to write down. Question number 20. Oh, let me get the 5-minute timer queued up. You have 5 minutes to answer this question, this Trivia Royale, this prolonged lightning round. Here we go. Trivia Royale. Name any 10 of the 21 potential movies that George Clooney has appeared in since the year 2000 that have not included any writing, directing, or producing by Steven Soderbergh. Yeah, it's a twist in there, I know, but name a George Clooney movie, any 10 George Clooney movies that you can think of that have come out since the year 2000 that do not include any directing, writing, or producing of any kind by Steven Soderbergh. Or I guess in any title. That includes executive producing and as per IMDb. Yeah. But there are 21 possible movies since the year 2000. In that same time, I will say there were 9 movies either written, directed, or produced by Steven Soderbergh that George Clooney appeared in. Those 9 movies will not count as points, so watch out for those potential landmines. Ooh. Steven Soderbergh will also be producing the Oscars whenever they happen, which sounds fun to me. He's always a very interesting film mind. But yes, 3 minutes now, just a little less than 3 minutes on the clock. Forgot to show it initially, but the clock has been counting down since I finished asking the initial question. Naming any 10 of the 21 movies that George Clooney has appeared in since the year 2000, and including the year 2000, that has not included any directing, writing, or producing by Steven Soderbergh. Those movies are not up for points. And from my count, there were 9 George Clooney movies that also included Steven Soderbergh in any way. So even if you name all of those, you can at least get 1 point if you name another George Clooney movie. Otherwise, do your best to name those George Clooney movies that do not include his frequent collaborator, Steven Soderbergh. These are movies that George Clooney appeared in. So any acting gig, as per IMDb.com. Oh, less than a minute remaining now. The time went by fast for me on this one. 30 seconds remaining. Finalize any other answers that you might want to finalize as well. Fill in those blank spaces as we'll be marking our papers in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep, beep, beep. That is time. That is time. It is up. Alrighty. I'll be calling out those answers. We can mark our papers, mark our peers' papers if we have peers who have papers nearby to mark. Otherwise, honor system as always. Trivia Club at home, question number 1. Answer number 1. What was the sequel that was released in mid-January of 2020 that ended up being the highest grossing movie of 2020? Because, everything. And it made $204 million at the box office. That is Bad Boys for Life. Yes, the third? I think so. I always think it's the fourth one because for life, but it's Bad Boys. I'm not going to deduct marks for not quite being fully there for style, although come on, guys. Bad Boys for Life is the answer for question number 1. Question number 2, a touchy subject. So what rock trio had its song Invisible Touch knocked out of the number 1 spot in 1986 by former bandmate Peter Gabriel? That'd be Genesis. Genesis, yes. It was knocked out of the spot by Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer. Just Genesis is the answer for 2, 3. We square. So, how many squares are there on a checkerboard? There are 64. It is a grid, indeed. 64 squares. So, speaking of Wii, that'd be a Nintendo 64 and a Sega Genesis. The connection is video game consoles. Yes, your question number 4, the connection between 64 and Genesis, video games. So, question number 5, best known for. So name the 4 projects that, according to IMDb.com, that IMDb.com, that Robert De Niro was known for. So this is another for a point each. So question number 5, for a point each, Robert De Niro is known for, according to IMDb, Raging Bull for a point, Cape Fear for a point, Taxi Driver for a point, and The Deer Hunter. Also for a point, yes. I'm also surprised no Meet the Parents or The Godfather Part 2. Yeah. Surprised. But just Raging Bull, Cape Fear, Taxi Driver, and The Deer Hunter is where you will get your points. Question number 6, it's in the game. It's in the game. The best-selling sports-based video game franchise of all time is based on is named for what international governing body? That would be FIFA. FIFA. Soccer, football, worldwide. Yes, FIFA. Meanwhile, in Georgia, which is more of a somehow politicians aren't held to these same standards like the politicians in Georgia. Good luck, Georgia. So, in 2005, What mogul and TV personality was released from federal prison after serving 5 months for lying about her sale of a stock in 2001? That would be Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart. Question number 8. A bit by bit, 8-bit version of a song. For a point each, 2 possible points to be won. It is a chiptune cover of My Sharona for a point by The Knack. The Knack for another point. Question number 9. Tag the line. So what is the true story of a real fake? That would be Catch Me If You Can. Catch Me If You Can. Question number 10. Our survey says, so there's 5 possible points to be won if you guess the number 1 answer, their number 1 answer. But you could still get 1 possible point if you guess their number 5 answer. So I'm going to start with the 1-point answer and go up in the standings or in the point totals to be won from there. So 1 possible point if you named a TV show with family in its title. And before I take the line, oh no, yeah, we can get there. So yes, name a TV show with family in its title. So 1 possible point if you thought of this one as an apple in your eye. An Adam's apple. Adam's Family, yes indeed. Adam's Family. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Alrighty. 4 possible points in naming a TV show with family in its title. This one will really get people animated. But it seems to me like all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV. That would be Family Guy. Family Guy, the most modern of any of these TV shows with family in the title. Ironically, I say that thinking of the other one that could be a modern answer. Just the most recent TV show. For 2 points, Family Guy. 3 points if this was your answer and you were like, I am all in the family. Yes, indeed, all in the family. Push the chips. That thing. 4 points, because with this answer, that's all that matters. Even if, yes, you did do that, that would be Family Matters. Family Matters. And 5 possible points, because this answer is the tie that binds. Not just a tie for the game. No, a tie for 5 points. Family Ties. Family Ties. So Family Ties for 5. Family Matters for 4. All in the Family for 3. Family Guy for 2. And Adam's Family for 1. I don't know how it took me to think until Modern Family when I was making puns. But yes, no points for Modern Family. Oh, and no points for My Corona by Weird Al Yankovic. No points. But there is no difference in chiptune form. But you got to go to the originator, not the beautiful work of Weird Al. Just not for points. Question number 11, studying up. So botany is the study of plants. You're studying plants. Question number 12, bearing it all. So what character sings the song, The Bare Necessities, necessities? With Mowgli in the 1967 Disney film, The Jungle Book, that would be Baloo. Baloo. Also known as Little John in the Disney film about Robin Hood. Same guy as far as I'm concerned. Certainly looks similar. Question number 13. Well, what do we have here? Also, I could have named this, we're sending our love down the well, all the way down. In 1987, a baby girl with which first name spent 56 hours trapped in a well, becoming a media sensation. Is it A, Stephanie, B, Mary, C, Jessica, or D, Rebecca? That would be C, Jessica. C, Jessica. Getting a question about Phil Harris. What about, was that the name of the actor who, or performer who sang The Bare Necessity? If so, a deep cut, well done. But I was asking for the character. But deep cut, well done. What I'm trying to say is for some of these answers, don't make it too hard. But impressive work. C, Jessica? Yeah, I like that. Question number 14, me, myself, and I know this one. So what hip-hop group released the 1989 album, 3 Feet High and Rising, which included the hit single, Me, Myself, and I? That would be De La Soul. De La Soul. Question number 15. Countdown, takedown. So a number less than 650,000. This was the vinyl record sales in the thousands for the Beatles album Abbey Road in the 2010s, which made it the top-selling record of this past decade. Can I get a drum roll on that number? It's like a Ringo drum roll. That would be 558,000. 558 will get you 5. So 558 will get you 5. If you guess anything between 557 and 418, that is 2 points within that 25% range. So once again, 558 will get you 5. And if you guessed anywhere between 557 and 418, that'll be 2 points. Question number 16. You got this backwards. I went in the comments. My dad says they had 553. A good guess. Solid guess. Just 5 away. So, question number 16. What company's fashionable logo is an overlapping double C, one facing forward and the other backward? That would be Chanel. Chanel. Coco Chanel. Question number 17. It stinks. So everything of any interest was thoroughly covered in the original film. But like many people who have nothing to say, part 2 won't shut up. Harsh words for what is thought of as one of the best, if not the best, parts 2. That would be The Godfather Part 2. Yes, Part 2. Noted in the review. The Godfather Part 2. Question number 18, your 18-word hint for the 18-letter movie title. Decaying Anarene, Texas is the setting for this coming-of-age drama starring Sybil Shepherd and Jeff Bridges, The Last Picture Show. The Last Picture Show. And question number 19. The wrong answer is through history. Aristotle claimed that this organ is the coldest in the body, helping it cool the passions of the heart. That would be the brain. Not actually, but that's what he thought. The brain. Or at least that's what he poetic. It's a poetic way of thinking. And it's really a way of keeping a cool head. Hey. Alrighty, so here's your question number 20. Our Trivia Royale, 10 more potential points to be won. We ask you to name those George Clooney acting appearances since the year 2000 that did not include any directing, writing, or producing by Steven Soderbergh. I'll start in the year 2000 and go to the present day. So, Failsafe will get you a point. That was a TV movie, but in this case, still a movie. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? Our Coen Brothers selections did not include Steven Soderbergh, so those were all good. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? The Perfect Storm. Maybe the movie that cemented George Clooney as a movie star. The Perfect Storm. Or at least got him most of the way there. Spy Kids. His cameo appearance in Spy Kids doesn't indeed count. Welcome to Collinwood. Also counts for a point. Spy Kids 3, Game Over. There's a point there. Intolerable Cruelty. Another Coen Brothers film for a point. Leatherheads. Might not be a good movie, but it is a point. It's one of those things where we all expected a little bit more from Leatherheads, but hey, can't always bat 100. Burn After Reading, another point. Up in the Air, point for that. The Men Who Stare at Goats. Fantastic Mr. Fox. A vocal appearance is indeed a point. The American, for a point. The Ides of March, for a point there. The Descendants. Gravity. The Monuments Men. Tomorrowland. Hail Caesar. Money Monster. And The Midnight Sky. In case you're wondering, the Soderbergh films that did not quite count for points were Ocean's 11, Solaris, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, which was produced by, even though it was a George Clooney directed film, Ocean's 12, Good Night and Good Luck, also the help of Soderbergh, Syriana, The Good German, Ocean's 13, and Michael Clayton. That selection of movies, too, is also a good reminder that George Clooney should get back to working with Steven Soderbergh, at the very least, in the production role. But yes, those 9 that I just said do not count for points, unfortunately, though they're all good movies. Or entertaining in one way or another. Or Solaris, which is interesting, but a long watch. If I can double check with anything, let me know. Otherwise, add up those points. Let us know your team points and your team name in the live chat, or of course in the comments section below. If you're playing this afterwards, it'll be great to hear from you. Great to see what you come up with, what you can think of. Here's this bonus bit of trivia for you, a tiebreaker if needed at home. Otherwise, just a fun bit of bonus trivia that we'll be giving the answer to next week. It's called I Built a VCR. I Built a VCR is, of course, an anagram for Trivia Club, so this will be an anagram question for you. And for this anagram, we ask you to find the 2020 movie in the following anagram. The anagram to find the 2020 movie is Blame This Vinny. Blame This Vinny. Post that in the live chat as well. All right, let's see the point totals from our teams. Great to have everyone involved tonight as usual. I didn't do the cursory count of points, but I believe, because everything was as per usual, it was 41 points to be won. So potential out of 41. All right. Looking at the live chat, and don't forget to post your point totals and your team names if you haven't already. Thank you, of course, to the questionables. Well done with the 28 points. Happy 2021 to you as well, and good riddance to 2020. Yes, indeed. 18 points for your producer and mine. Thank you. My producer, my partner, the love of my life. 32 points for Too Fast, Too Curious. Well done. I was going to say the score to beat, and then I saw 33 points for the Ghosts of BB Rebozo. That's indeed a tight race to the finish on that one. 28 points for Cookie Faced. 31 points for Down by the Bay. 3 teams now over 30. Well done, everybody. 22 points for Cherlou. Excellent stuff, Cherlou. 20 points for Team Pushing Daisy. Good to have you involved. Team Uno Persona with 9 points. Great stuff. Andy Brenda with 13. Good stuff as well. Thanks for joining. 26 points for the Buddyless Travelers. Excellent finish. 25 points for F. Billy Zane. 27 points for Team Reince Priebus's Rancid Pubis. 31 points for the Stunts, the Cunning Stunts. And Burn After Reading, yes, that was one of the potential answers for points. That was one of the 20. Oh, well, one of the 10 answers that you could give for points. Since it was a Coen Brothers movie that had no connection to Soderbergh. Is that an extra point, or you'll let me know? But yes, excellent stuff, everyone. Well done. All once again, it looked like a fight to the finish, but the 33 points for the Ghosts of BB Rebozo is tonight's top score. Well done, Mom and Dad. Once again, proving that that's where I get my trivia from, I guess. There you go. Not the questions, but my proclivity for it. Always competitive. Great to see. Great to have everyone out once again to begin 2021. Thank you all once again for joining in. We'll be back January 12th, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. As always, thank you so much for supporting Trivia Club. It's greatly appreciated. I will say this again. I'm doing an Ask Me Anything throughout Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, on Patreon, even through this YouTube, if you'd like. Do ask questions either in this live chat or in the comments, since I'm going to be ending the live chat pretty soon. Ask me anything, and I'll be including the answers on the triviaclub.ca annual post that I do in the upcoming weeks, in the upcoming week or two. I will try my best on that, but I usually do I've been doing for the last few years an annual post about the year prior, a recap, if you will, and then a look forward to the year ahead for Trivia Club. And of course, that'll be a different kind of post, a different kind of thought exercise, looking forward to the continued sort of online presence of Trivia Club. So I look forward to going through the answers and questions for that. Ask away, ask me anything. Thank you all once again. Thank you for supporting Trivia Club, and you can continue to do that or do that further if you'd like on patreon.com/Trivia Club or through paypal.me/Russel Harder. All that information is in the description below. Thank you to the supporters on Patreon. Your support helps Trivia Club continue into 2021, live from this Trivia Clubhouse. Congratulations to everyone. Tonight's champions, everyone who continues to be safe. Wear those masks. Wash those hands. Really do everything that you can to help yourself and others be safe and healthy throughout these very extraordinary times. All right, without much further to say or do, let's say the thing that we always say at the end of Trivia Club. So say it with me, won't you? Remember, it's not what you know, it's what you learn along the way. Thanks, everybody.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That was one of my favorite ones.
Have a good week, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
I have to stop looking at myself in the That's why.
You're not used to being in front of the camera, so you're just like, whoa. I love you. Thank you.